Earth is suffering an extinction-level event, and 300,000 survivors are selected to board a spaceship called the Ark, which will take them to a new colony called New Earth. Noah stows away on the Ark impersonating a junior janitor while his girlfriend Hayley, who is pregnant with his child, is put into stasis as a passenger. A grizzled older janitor named Clay attempts to mentor Noah. Blue and Shady, two experienced crew members, are infected by a parasitic force. Meanwhile, Noah spies on Clay and suspects the older man is constructing a bomb. Clay shows Noah that he is brewing moonshine. That evening, the workers have an impromptu party where they talk about the loved ones they left behind. Noah tells everyone he will be reassigned to be a butcher when they reach New Earth. Ortega leaves the party to hook up with Blue and finds him welding alone. Blue turns on Ortega, killing her. Later, Clay discovers that Noah's girlfriend is Admiral Adams' daughter. Security officer Stanley discovers Shady's decomposed body and identifies Blue as the killer. Clay finds Ortega's body. Stanley gathers a security detail, and they find Blue attempting to break into the Admiral's quarters. Blue suddenly leaps and kills one of the security team by biting through the officer's throat. Stanley and Teak are forced to shoot Blue. Chambers performs an autopsy on Blue's body. Teak meanwhile searches the video feed and sees a recording of Shady's death and Blue's initial infection. Chambers reports that Blue is completely hollowed out and there is a parasite loose on the ship. Chambers discovers that Noah is not a member of the crew but a stowaway, and Stanley arrests him. Clay defends Noah successfully and he is released. While the survivors discuss next steps, the three dead crewmen reanimate and attack, killing Stanley. Chambers manages to injure the remaining infected for Teak, Clay, and Noah to escape. The newly infected Stanley starts to release the infected and unlocks the remaining crew's quarters, who are quickly taken over and infected. Clay guides the survivors to the arsenal. Chambers is unable to pinpoint a weakness in the infected, so Clay suggests using a flamethrower. The flamethrower sets off the fire suppression unit, which ruins visibility. Lincoln reunites with the group just as Teak is suddenly grabbed by the infected and pulled into the mist. Clay runs off to rescue Teak. As Teak and Clay return, Lincoln suggests using the escape pods while Teak proposes the security bay. Lincoln flees by himself in an escape pod, but is shown not to be alone and killed off-screen. The remaining survivors get to the security bay, but Stanley nabs Clay as they try and lock themselves in. Noah shoots Stanley before he can infect Clay and they barricade the door. With 84 days until the Ark reaches New Earth, the survivors try to concoct a plan to fend off the infected and save the passengers. Clay guides Noah through ducts to the Admiral, who they hope will be able to rescue them. Noah reaches the Admiral and Teak confesses to Clay and Chambers that he is responsible for everything that has transpired, and is in reality a hardline revolutionary against the repopulation of New Earth. The Admiral awakens his security team and proposes to use stronger weapons against the infected. As the infected break into the security room, Clay and Chambers fight them off while Teak is killed. The Admiral's security team are overwhelmed. Blue chases Noah and collapses after being splashed with cleaning fluid. As Noah attempts to relay his finding, the Admiral sacrifices himself by setting off a grenade, blowing the infected apart. Just as Chambers and Clay think it's over, the remaining body parts start to reconnect. A stronger mutant being is formed, and the other infected enter the reactor core. Noah explains the effect of the cleaning fluid, and the group head to Clay's moonshine stash to construct better weapons. As they plan their attack, the time to arrival starts to decrease as the infected overheating the reactor. Chambers realizes that the parasite was manipulating them all along to allow them to gain access to the reactor core, while Noah realizes that the parasite's plan is to wipe out the last 50 million of the human race on New Earth while wiping out the passengers at the same time with the ship. The passengers begin to turn infected. Clay sends Noah to rescue Hayley and they make their way towards an escape pod just as the mutant being attacks. Chambers is killed in the alien's first attack, and Clay attempts to hold it off, but he too is overwhelmed and seemingly killed. Noah and Hayley make for the remaining escape pod, but Noah has to separate from Hayley to start the launch sequence. He confronts the monster and manages to weaken it with his weapon. Just as Noah attempts to leave, Clay messages him from the bridge. Clay sets the Ark to self-destruct as Noah escapes with Hayley. Noah and Hayley reach New Earth, but as they emerge from the escape pod, Noah spots another human who turns out to be infected. And in the distance, a huge monster is attacked by a jet fighter. As the film ends, Noah raises his gun and utters "burn 'em all."